Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're here to watch me build other people's cool startup ideas for them, don't worry, sit tight. I'll be doing that on Saturday. I just need a full weekend to actually build out their idea. But today I'm going to talk about a pretty important topic that a lot of people ask me about, which is how do I get a referral to a tech company in Silicon Valley? So I think the first important step is to talk about why you would want a referral. And maybe you know that because you already clicked on this video, but I still think it's important to go into quickly. So tech is known as a meritocracy, which I think is true to some extent. You can wear shorts and a hoodie, and as long as you're doing a good job, you'll still succeed. And the interview process is pretty skill-based, which I think is cool as well, and different from other fields which I've interviewed in, like finance, where it's more about networking and stuff like that. But that process of getting that first interview is still extremely challenging. And that's because tech companies receive an absurd number of applications, especially the top ones. I've heard of tech companies receiving tens of thousands or over 100,000 applications for, say, a summer internship. And it's very hard to stand out. But what's important to note is that these companies subscribe to a good people know good people kind of philosophy. So what that means is they think their employees who meet their bar of success are more likely to be a good employee than a random person just applying off of the street. So the actual impact of this employee referral varies from company to company. At some companies, you would be guaranteed an interview if you got a referral. At other companies, you're just more likely to get an interview. At some, you'll actually make them more lenient while reviewing your performance in the interview process because they already have an indicator that someone they think is good thinks you're good. So how do you get this referral? How do you get into that short list? How do you get that interview where you can demonstrate your skill set? Well, the first best way is to know someone at that company. And don't turn off the video now. I know that's probably not very helpful, and if you're clicking on this video, you probably don't have a best friend at Google or Amazon or wherever you're applying to. But it should be said, leverage your existing network. It doesn't have to be your best friend or your sibling. It could be an acquaintance, someone you worked with before. But those people are obviously the easiest people to get to refer you. They know you. They may have worked with you. But after this point, this is where we get into the actual, I guess, the secret that I mentioned in the somewhat clickbait title of this video. And that's people actually get money for successfully referring employees. This is what a lot of people don't know and are surprised when I tell them for the first time. So employees, it's not uncommon to see someone get a referral bonus between, say, $1,000 and $10,000 for referring someone, which takes maybe 15 minutes of effort once they've gotten hired and stayed with the company for a specific amount of time. So why is this important? Why does it matter that an employee gets a bonus for referring you? Well, first of all, I think it should flip the mindset. It's not so much you're asking a stranger or someone you don't know that well for an absurd favor. You're actually potentially helping them get thousands of dollars for very minimal work. So it should be a less awkward thing to ask for. Now, that brings me to my next point. How should you actually ask for this referral? Should you just be walking up to strangers on the street saying, hey, I hear you get $10,000 for referring someone. You might as well refer me over and over. I would say no. You could try it. I honestly haven't tried that strategy. And experimentation is important both for startups and life in general. But here's what I found success with. So first of all, you should be, if you're on the job hunt, reaching out to people from various companies that you're interested in, just setting up time to talk with them. Make sure it's actually a company you're interested in to start with. Maybe you'll learn more about it and it actually isn't the great place you thought it was. But also just to learn more about the application process, what it would be like. And once you're having this conversation, and I mean an actual conversation like on the phone, on Zoom, not an email back and forth, at that time you're starting to build a bit of rapport with the person. And here's the key secret saying that will set you up for a lot of success and referrals. And that saying is, or that question rather, is there anything you would recommend to improve my chances of getting an interview in my application? And this is a great question for a few reasons. It's not really, it minimizes awkwardness on your part. They're not going to say, how dare you ask me for a referral? Or you won't be putting them in an awkward position where they'll be saying, no, I won't refer you. But you're giving them an opening where if they want to refer you, which they may be impressed with your experience, they may want to get access to that referral bonus, then they actually will be able to use this as an opening to say, oh yeah, actually I'll put in a referral for you. And even if they don't do so, it's possible they'll have some other small nugget of knowledge, like if you apply over here instead of on Indeed, it will actually maximize your chances of getting that job. So that's my advice. Find the person. I used LinkedIn when I was actually job hunting, and I'd message 10 people a day. And I'd set up a conversation with them. I'd view it as a funnel. At the top of the funnel, you have the people you're contacting on LinkedIn. Then from those people, you have the people that actually agree to speak with you. And then from those people, you have the people that will actually agree to refer you. What I found is actually I had varying success at different companies. At some companies, there's a culture that's just like refer anyone. At some, it's much harder to get a referral. The interesting thing is that I would say there's kind of an inverse relationship. So the more likely people are to refer you, the less valuable that referral is. But it's still definitely worth it. It gets your application into that much smaller pile than the people that just went on Indeed and said, apply to 1,000 companies at once. One thing I think is important to note is that no one owes you a referral. So it's not someone did you a wrong by not referring you. They're still doing you a favor, helping you out by referring you, even though it helps them as well. So never get annoyed at someone. Everyone has their own reasons why they would want to refer you or not refer you. Every company has their own policy. Just view it as something that's worth trying, that doesn't hurt to give a shot, and it can really have a big benefit in your job search. So there you have it. Get your referrals in. I hope it helps you get a job. And thanks. Have a great day, guys.